Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sue Vinton. I have the privilege of serving as the House Majority Leader for the 68th legislative session. Yesterday and today, you probably noticed, was a wonderful day for taxpayers, for citizens of all kinds throughout our state, when we voted to return excess revenue that has been gaining interest and has been sitting in the state's bank account. We're sending it back to our taxpayers. And I'd like to turn this over to Speaker Matt Regier, who will expand on that.
Thank you, Majority Leader Vinton. Since the beginning of our session, our caucus has been committed to returning the taxpayers their hard-earned money. And today I'm thrilled to see our Republican lawmakers come together to pass 6 of our priority tax relief package. But more importantly, I'm happy to know that we are one step closer to putting money back into the pockets of more than 460,000 hardworking income taxpayers who set their alarms every morning, they work their long hours, and they are the ones that fund every aspect of our state government. We can all agree that Biden inflation has taken a toll on every Montanan. This is not politics, it's not an ideology, this is math. It's easy to understand that our Montanans' family budgets are more constrained, and we know because we feel it. We all feel it. But our tax relief bills will offset that burden by returning Montanans' hard-earned money right back to them. Across the aisle, Across the aisle yesterday, we heard from the Democrats, they say the surplus rebate is a, quote, giveaway. The only way a legislator can come to that conclusion, that refunding your own money back to you is a giveaway, is that they see government money as theirs and not yours. However, House Republicans have unanimously agreed it isn't wasteful to return your hard-earned money back to you, the taxpayers who paid it first. Republicans agree you can save it, you can spend it, it's your money. Montana's families' budgets are more constrained than ever. We're paying $8 for a dozen eggs. A gallon of gas is creeping back up to $4 a gallon. Democrats think our bills are reckless spending. This is not reckless to take care of Montana families and Montana businesses first, and then state government. Montana Republicans understand where the revenue comes from in order to necessarily fund our government programs. Montana House Republicans are grateful to all of you that make our state run, providing education for our children, resources to ensure law and order, and creating a safety net for the poor. House Republicans recognize the government surplus is due to the industrious, sacrificing, and dedicated Montana taxpayers. This is your surplus money, and it's coming back to you. As Republicans, we know that property values have skyrocketed, as well as local budgets. Our property tax refund bill will give relief to Montana homeowners who worked hard to buy a house right here in Montana and deserve to stay in that house. And to the elderly Montanans on a fixed income who are experiencing inflated local property taxes. But we are not stopping there. We're asking our local government leaders to partner with us to provide permanent property tax relief and stability moving forward for Montana homeowners. We also want to ensure our general obligation bonds are paid off. Being able to give Montanans debt relief is paramount to our fiscal responsibility as your Republican leaders. We are thrilled that our debt reduction bill meets the goal for which we were elected, and that is defending Montana's fiscal conservative beliefs. Montana's balance sheet is stronger because of Montana's House Republicans. And this is just the beginning. We continue to fight each day for Montana's taxpayers, Montana's families, and Montana's small businesses. So thank you, and we can open it up to questions. We have all of leadership here. We have some bill sponsors. If you guys do have any questions about our tax package or moving forward. Eric.
Energy Press. I was just curious about talking about, not one-time property tax relief, but addressing the ongoing issue. You've mentioned working with local government leaders. Are you at a point where you have specifics on what you can do to address that issue at this point?
Yeah, you bet. And to start off, to prove that point, we're about, the state is about 17%, I believe, of property tax goes to the state, and the rest is driven by local budgets and local mills. So with that, I think some partnership of reducing, everybody knows that, that housing's a problem, that property taxes are a problem, but a lot of it, you get the NIMBYism, not in my backyard. We want it, but not here. I think we need to work with local leaders to allow affordable housing to be built in multiple different areas.
So the challenge, it seems like one of the challenges with property tax rate is that local governments are seeing inflationary costs too. Like they have to pay their people more, their gas bills going up too. And that's, I assume, part of what's putting pressure on property taxes. What can the legislature do to address that piece of this?
As far as mills, I mean, one bill that's working through here is to have a higher turnout for when you're voting on all the ballot issues that are going to drive a lot of that property tax. When you have 20% of voter turnouts deciding for 100%, that's kind of unequitable. So that's one example of a way that we at the state here can affect local property tax. Another Sam.
Sam Wilson from newspapers. You talked, I think, earlier this week about kind of this whole six-bill package and trying to keep it intact. Obviously, it's moved through the House now, goes over to the Senate, and you talked a little bit about them potentially putting their fingerprints on it. I'm assuming you've had some conversations about this with leadership over there. Just curious, kind of what those conversations look like, and what, if any, requests they've made.
Yeah, so this tax package really started, I mean, back in the summer. We were pushing for a special session. That didn't come to fruition, but that was really the genesis of a lot of these ideas on numbers and getting it back to the taxpayers. And so the conversation was across with our colleagues there in the Senate, even way back then. And those conversations have continued to go, and I'm pretty confident in saying that the Senate will put their stamp of approval on it. They'll probably tweak a few things, but at the end of the day, I think we're going to have a package that the Senate agrees with and that the governor can sign and get those checks back to the people of Montana.
Any specific tweaks that they've brought up in conversations or that you'd be amenable to?
I've not heard specifics over there, but I wouldn't put it past them. And then we got the bill sponsors here too. If you have any questions on any of the six bills coming, I've never seen the media so quiet. Well, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Good job, Mr. Speaker.